Hey Capricorn, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your Q3 reading for July, August, and September. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Capricorn, welcome. Now, there are some changes happening for you over the next few months. Now, for some of you, you could be in preparation, getting ready for this change. This could be a move. For some of you, you know that there may be a deadline that is occurring in your life. There could even be travel, because your first card out here in the month of July is chop wood. This is getting to work on a situation, or it could be putting in some elbow grease on a situation is what I'm getting. Now, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have fun though. For some of you, it could be preparation for something fun, such as a wedding, a graduation, a party, travel. And I do feel like you're cleaning things up this month in some way, shape, or form. This could be cleaning up your diet. It could be cleaning up your circle of friends, people who inspire you. This is about you even cleaning up your self-talk and taking a look at things from a healthier mindset, a healthier perspective is what I'm picking up on. Now, some of you, they're bringing me back to soul tribe or community or friendships. And what I mean by cleaning up your friends is there are certain individuals that may not have your best interest at heart, Capricorn. And that could be coming to some sort of realization here, or it may have already come to a realization in your world, and now you are doing what you need to do, whether that means having an uncomfortable or difficult conversation. That could be leaving behind a group environment or a situation where this person or this group of people may have tried to set you back in some way, shape, or form. And I feel like you are making room for new energies to flow. Imagine a nice spring cleaning, right? I feel like you are cleaning out the closets, cleaning out the cobwebs. Some of you may actually be getting your elbows dirty or your hands dirty in some way, shape, or form and cleaning out a space within your home, within your office, your business. For others of you, I just feel like this is your energy, your environment. Now, bottom of the deck here, you have between worlds. So again, you're coming out of a situation that may have felt a little bit stormy. You can see that this flamingo is standing here. And on one side, it looks like the past side. It looks shadowy, it looks stormy, it looks a little bit darker. Now, the future, what he's stepping into here, looks a lot brighter. There is a strong turquoise energy, and I feel for a lot of you, this is speaking up for yourself. This is brighter days ahead. And it's about you feeling more lively. It's like you're getting your color back in some way, shape, or form. And what I mean by that is your aura. Your aura may have even felt a little bit dim. Some of you, this could have even been a health concern or a health issue. So the overall energy for the next few months is fully embracing here this sunshine, more vitality, more abundance, or whatever it is that you would like to bring more of into your life or just come out of. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Four of Swords. I'm getting Six of Swords and Eight of Cups. Some of you are definitely moving forward here. But let's clarify the chop wood. Okay, for you in the month of July, you're chopping wood. There's something you're taking care of, right? Taking care of business. Some of you may be 42 years old. You may be born on the 12th. We also have 19 here, 2 and 25. Those could be significant dates for you. Yeah, you're coming out of the cold or coming out of a situation where you've had to persevere. You've had to really push through with the Five of Pentacles. For some of you, this is financial struggles. Okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel. There's the honesty. Page of Pentacles, new beginning, but it requires some form of honesty to come out. And that may be why I was picking up on soul tribe or people who may not have been honest from the beginning, or you may find who's in your corner and who's not is the type of energy I'm getting. Now there's going to be communication here as well. Pages can represent honest, reliable, trustworthy communication coming in for you, Capricorn. And I also see a lot of you are working on manifesting a new financial opportunity. This could also be a new home in the month of July. This is something physical. It's tangible. And if you've struggled in the past with your stability, there is a new opportunity coming in. Some of you with this getting down and dirty, it could even be that you could be selling a home or selling a vehicle and buying or purchasing something new. Yeah, you're in between worlds at this time, and I feel like you have something more reliable coming in for you. It's almost as if you're trading in the old, 1990 Chevrolet that you've been driving and you love it, but it's starting to break down a little bit. And I feel like there's something more reliable coming in here for you, but you got used to it. It was comfortable. You know exactly, how it drives. And I feel like there's that energy coming in of something that doesn't work for you any longer. It needs to be upgraded. And this could be your circle of friends. This could be your home. It could be a vehicle. It could be your health even. Something may feel like it's breaking down a bit. And there's a new offer being made to you. This literally could be an invitation or a new offer to upgrade or come up out of a situation that's been a little bit difficult. All right. Whew. We have the Temperance here, karma. We also have the Four of Wands. For some of you, it's definitely a home, but for others of you, it is clearing out the cobwebs of karma. The Judgment energy here, or excuse me, Temperance. It's Temperance showing up. Why am I getting Judgment? For some of you, there is a call to change your life for the better. We may actually see the Judgment card showing up for you in August because we also have a change in the wind. So there's a second chance available here to you. Now with the Temperance, this has been a long time coming. When Temperance shows up, this is patience. It is blending of energies. It is the spiritual and the physical coming together, but it requires patience. It requires a level of trust, and trust could be something that, was difficult because we do have the honesty card. You may have felt like manifesting something in the physical material world was taking a lifetime, right? It wasn't happening and it was spinning around and around and around. Some of you may have even felt like you've gone through some dark nights, right? Is this karma? Is this, what is happening here? Why is this taking so long? Why isn't this happening soon enough? And I do feel that even though your patience was tested, it's as if you've overcome some sort of internal struggle or battle that may also have been external, because we do have Two Pentacles here. But here you are celebrating. There's the dance. It's the happy dance. It's like after doing something for so long, right? Being with that vehicle. And I say that symbolically, being in a situation for, maybe the last 30 years for some of you, it's like it's finally here. Some of you, maybe you're wanting to retire. For others of you, this could be moving into a bigger home, or it could be moving into a home that feels more stable in the neighborhood or safer, right? Some of you could be leaving a city, I'm hearing, like leaving a city and going to the country, or vice versa, if that's what you're wanting. This could be marriage. Some of you have really struggled with trust, and you could be meeting someone new, but it requires you to do the work, right? It requires you to be vulnerable and authentic and trust yourself, because the Four of Wands is also 11-11 energy. Capricorn, some of you may be seeing 11-11. This could be a major celebration, a milestone, a vacation, some sort of award or victory. And I feel like something didn't go as according to plan in the past. And you may be hesitating a bit because you're like, it didn't work in the past, right? That that home loan fell through and I wasn't able to get that mortgage, or that relationship I thought was going to be the one, it didn't turn out to be the one. Therefore, there may be a tad bit of hesitation, but I feel like you can celebrate. Now, I don't want to say put the cart before the horse type of energy here, but I actually feel like this is going to happen for you. And because we also have the Temperance angels here, and you can trust in this situation with the Page of Pentacles. Let's clarify the energies here. Spirit, what is this situation? What can we celebrate that's taken a long time, that Capricorn may have felt like they were left out in the cold? What is coming in here? What can we celebrate? We can celebrate honesty, right? Something is out in the open here. You're getting honest with yourself. That is important, because we do have honesty showing up. Some of you may have felt left out in the cold because you discovered some sort of news with the Page of Pentacles that may have threatened your sense of stability here in the physical world. But when we have the Seven of Swords, this is exposure. This is, you know, putting yourself out there. It is something being revealed. And I feel like now that it's all out in the open, change can happen. Even if it's dirty, even if it's challenging, even if it's difficult, now that something is out in the open, you're definitely able to get to work, put something into motion more. Finally, there's a finalization here. Look at that Emperor. Yeah, some of you may have been dealing with a dishonest person at work, okay? Or, you know what's interesting here, Capricorn, is we are about to go through, I believe, Saturn retrograde in August. So the fact that we have the Temperance card, and I love this deck as well. This is the first time I've ever seen karma attached to the Temperance, but it makes sense. For those people who have been pushing against the universal laws, right? Or doing things that will absolutely have a negative impact on the lives of others, or they're doing something illegal, or they've tried to get away with something at the expense of maybe another, karma is going to come back and bite them in the you-know-what, right? We are not the deliverer of karma per se, right? It's not up to us to say, you know, you deserve that, you deserve that. That's why we have universal laws. And I feel like there is going to be karma for things that people did, maybe to you, but I also see that there's going to be karma coming to you. If you've been going through this cycle, which I see that you have, I see that a lot of you, there's been a shadow, right? A shadow that's felt like it's been cast upon you for possibly years, Capricorn. I know y'all have been going through some stuff for a while. For a lot of you, it's been years. For some of you, decades. But it's like you're stepping into this new era, this new timeline here, and you are feeling more empowered as well, because the truth is out. There's something about authenticity, as we mentioned earlier, and the Emperor is taking action. The Emperor is very logical, very much, you know, could be a business owner or someone that takes charge of their destiny. So you could be dealing with an Emperor. Some of you, this has to do with maybe even father stuff, right? Father energy, or around a father dynamic. Some of you, this could be siblings and maybe some sort of karma around maybe an estate, or, you know, something to do with a family dynamic. What else do we have here? For others of you, if you've been struggling with good, honest help, if you're a business owner and it feels like people have been, you know, sneaky or shady, I feel like that's about to shift here. Why? Why now, right? Because this is a pivotal turning point. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. And because you're letting go of something that maybe you didn't even realize that you were still hanging on to. Okay, Four of Pentacles in reverse. It may have to do with your identity. It may even have to do for some of you with ego, right? Four of Pentacles, she's hanging on to that purse with dear life, for dear life here, right? What do we hold in our wallets or in our purse, right? The things that we don't want to leave behind. We don't want to leave at home. We need them. our identity, our money, our phones, our makeup, our social security, the things that define us in some way or label us, right, in the material world. And I feel like there's something that may have been challenging you, or you may have hung on too tightly to a label or to some sort of conditioning even though that's not physical. I feel like some sort of conditioning has played a story and manifested physically in your world, but you're letting it go. And that's why this change is occurring now. One more, please, before we roll into August. What do we have? Outcome energy for July. Knight of Cups. Ooh, there's an offer coming in for you. And there's that Six of Swords. Beautiful. So you're moving on to calmer waters. That's exactly the vibe I was getting earlier. The Four of Swords, you've done the healing, or you're working through the healing here, and you're about to move on if you haven't already. And the Knight of Cups is a love offer coming your way. It could be an invitation to do something that you love. It could also be you opening up to your heart energy more. If some of you had a little bit of a blocked heart, I mean, what is the energy here that she's kind of blocking is her heart, right? You see on the Four of Pentacles, she has that purse covering her heart chakra and her solar plexus chakra. So there's something, because of feeling disempowered in the past, she may have blocked her heart chakra. You may be letting that pain go and opening up here. And it's going to change your world. It really is. Beautiful. All right, August. Here's the change. This is big. There's a change in the wind. And it's also card 12. 12 is the Hanged Man. You may have felt stuck for quite some time. And I see that with the Temperance. It's like, is this ever going to change? Am I going to continue being in this repetitive cycle for years, decades? Even some of you, I mean, it could be months, but I do feel for a lot of you, this has been a long time coming, right? What do we have here? Oh, did we just flip a card? Did a card fly out? I feel like something may have. All right, what do we have? Oh, I love it. Look at that. We have the Empress. We have the Queen of Cups. What else do we have here? I mean, that's beautiful energy. We have the Three of, there it is. There's the Three of Pentacles. Remember, I've been saying soul tribe. This can be friendships. It's cooperation. And because some of you didn't have that in the past, it's made life very difficult. But look at what you're releasing. 10 of Wands. It's like you've come to the end of this very heavy cycle. And for some of you, it has aged you, right? It has aged you because you've done a lot, right? You've done a lot. And some of you have come up to this age, right? And you're like, wow, I've gone through a lot. I've dealt with a lot of different people. And I feel like some of you, not only has it aged you physically, but within your body, you feel the aches and the cracks and the heaviness, specifically for some of you, your back, your shoulders, your neck, and you are feeling the burdensomes of everything that you've gone through, especially if you're chopping wood over here. If you've been really putting your nose to the grindstone and you're a solid, strong worker, which you are, Capricorn, you're a hard worker. What's coming in now is a little bit of rapport, a little bit of, time for you to step into this. And Emperor, Empress energy is huge. For some of you, this is, it could be marriage. It could be that you're already married, Emperor and Empress. It could be really balancing up your divine masculine, your divine feminine. For some of you, it has to do with your parents as well. But I also see that you have been putting in the effort with the Emperor, because I almost feel for a lot of you, I mean, yes, it could be a partnership, but what I'm picking up on here in this moment is the divine Emperor and Empress within yourself, right? We all carry masculine, feminine energies. And it looks like in the past, you've been go, 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 right? You've been putting your nose to the grindstone, as we said, and you've been putting in action, and you've been really working hard to acquire some sort of success, right? Maybe it's retirement. Maybe it's, having nice things. Maybe it's just being able to put food on the table or pay the bills, whatever it is for you in the physical material world. I feel now what this change is you really embracing that softer feminine energy of allowing yourself to receive some sort of support, right? And maybe you thought you were allowing yourself that in the past, right? But like I said, with that Four of Pentacles, there was something you were hanging on to. And I feel like it's internal. Even though we see a lot of pentacles, there is something about your identity, about your ego, about labels, about conditioning that you may have really hung on to, but you may not even have been aware of it. And I feel like you've come as far as you can here and you're ready to release, right? You've been burnt out, or you've burnt yourself out of a situation, working too hard, right? Calloused hands in a way, or energetically, you feel like you've been calloused in some way, shape, or form. Some of you may have even, hurt yourself by lifting something heavy. Be mindful, okay? I mean, this is August energy, so we don't want to do some heavy lifting. So make sure if you are doing any lifting that you either get help. Don't try to do it all yourself, right? Don't try to lift something and, tweak a back or pull out a hip, right? I feel like you have support coming in here, and this is really what you've been wanting. Cooperation, teamwork, making that dream work. And it's felt like a struggle because as the Emperor, right, you take care of a lot. As an Empress, you take care of a lot. This could be a lot of people. This could be within a business sector. This could be you have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of chores, a lot of things to do, a lot of maybe kids to raise. I feel like you are someone who is very, very intuitive. We have the Queen of Cups. I'm just covering her up there because she's naked. This is about vulnerability, right? This is vulnerability. It's also about nurturing. And we see the breast exposed here. So some of you, there may be something about maybe nursing your wounds. This could be heart chakra energy. Some of you may even be breast cancer survivors. Kudos to you, right? But this is about being very loving, empathetic. You're an emotional healer. You really are. This is your energy of being extremely intuitive, or at least having this energy around you with the Three of Pentacles. So for some of you, this is mother-daughter. Okay, you could be healing some dynamics that have been very heavy around mother and daughter for quite some time. There is a change coming in here. If this is career, some of you in your career, you're in the caring or healing profession. You want to take care of others. You care about others. But sometimes, we can take on a Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It personality. That's why we have the Ten of Wands. Sometimes they can take on so much that they don't know how to leave their work at the door, right? Or they don't know how to release the energies of others, and they take it on themselves. They can even enable at times. So just be mindful of that energy here, Capricorn. But I do see good changes coming in. But let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Empress here in the month of August? Ooh, lovers. All right, let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. So for some of you, if you've been overgiving in a dynamic, or you've put everyone else first, August is a month for you, right? This is a month for you to let others support you and let others collaborate to take care of you in some way, shape, or form. It could be about asking for help, saying, hey, can you help me, around the house? Can you help me with whatever it is? And maybe it has to do with you and someone that you really love, or there was a lot of love there at one point, and maybe things have gotten very heavy. Perhaps, the chores came in here and life came in. Some of you, you've been in a relationship with that Temperance card. You've been married or with someone for a long time. For others of you, if you're single, you have the potential in the month of August to call in a divine partnership, one that could lead to marriage. There's a change coming in here. It's time. It's long overdue is what I'm hearing. It's also about, I mean, we're seeing the Empress, which is the mother of all, right? We're seeing the Queen of Cups, who is all about the heart, all about love. So there's a choice to make this month. When the Lover shows up, this is about balanced choices between soulmates, between partnerships that are based on trust. There's something about honesty coming up here, and destiny, changing, shifting the course of your destiny. That's exactly what's happening. This is big. I knew this was going to be a big month for you. Lovers and Empress showing up here. Whew. What else do we have, please? The Chariot. Yes. All right. Another major arcana. This actually starts possibly Cancer season. Cancer season is now between now and July 22nd, depending on when you're watching this. But I feel like something is already moving forward. You're going to move forward after being stagnant. Remember that Hanged Man energy I'm picking up on? In matters of the heart, you're moving forward. All right. You're healing the heart as well is what I'm hearing. What else do we have? Helpful people coming in. As I say helpful people, you guys, the Knight of Pentacles. Yes. Out of all the knights, I mean, all the knights have different characteristics where I believe we all have every single archetype within our energy. We just focus on specific archetypes more so. We bring those archetypes more to the forefront. But I feel like we have them all within us. Some just lie dormant. Some we activate, you know. But this knight is slow and steady, right? He is methodical. He doesn't act impulsively. He's very chill, very laid back. You can see that his pant legs are rolled up. He's walking barefoot in the grass. This reminds me of Matthew McConaughey, right? All right, all right. I feel like you are calling in, attracting, or it's time to slow down. It's time to bring back simplicity. Something here about getting back to basics here, getting back to a place where life isn't on autopilot or routine or, you know, mundane chores or responsibilities. Not that those things are just going to go away, you know, that's not, you know, not happening, but the way in which it happens is changing, right? And this also is the most reliable, most trustworthy, most honest knight out of them all. And you can see that not only has he built a bond between his horse there, he doesn't even need to have reins on that horse. The horse follows him. And he is a true leader, right? And he is building success in the physical, financial, material world because he is someone who's in training here or, you know, is taking action. Maybe he's not necessarily in training, but he could be taking action towards something that really has the potential to grow long-term in the material world. And he has followers. He has people that, you know, he can rely on. And that's been a challenge for you, Capricorn, is reliability. That's what's changing because we also have the chariot. There's no reins on the chariot. This guy's at the top of that chariot and he is letting divinity guide the way. And look at, there's more horses here. And there's the black one. Ooh, I love that. All right, let's take a look at September. What do we have here for September? We had 3 cards that came out for you. So we have the Empress energy with yin. Okay, so definitely activating that femininity within us, regardless if you're male or female. Like I said, we all carry the traits, but this is about receiving abundance. It's about nurturing your goals. And we give so much emphasis on the Emperor or the action, right? Or the success. One will be successful when they have acquired something in the physical world, the tangible world, when they've hit some sort of milestone that people can see, people can hear, people can look at, right? When people are going or, you know, constantly hustling or they have this amount of money, but we don't often acknowledge the internal, right? That's not something we give awards to, like, hey, you just got through, a major life, altering moment internally, a mental breakdown, or, it could be challenges with mental health. It could be, healing the grief or loss or death or whatever it is. We don't always recognize. And sometimes we go round and round in those cycles and those patterns. And I feel like you are doing something differently. You're breaking the patterns. You're breaking through some sort of glass ceiling here. And it's allowing you to be way more flexible. There's flexibility showing up here. And for some of you, this is your body as well, taking care of your body. If you have had a repetitive health condition showing up, I feel like this is being flexible with alternative medicines, trying new things, and it's going to help you break out of some sort of never-ending cycle or pattern that keeps replaying. For those of you, if this is a relationship, I do feel like you are doing something different here. There's something different happening. And if this is career, you're asked to remain flexible and let go of rigidity. Sometimes that emperor, he can be rigid, right? He can be, because he is a very great leader, right? But he can be very logical and he knows what works. So he sticks to what works, and that's great, right? But at times, there needs to be the feminine energy coming in saying flexibility is key here. We need to soften. And I feel like there is a softening here occurring. And the major arcana, look at this. We have the Star, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Wands. Some of you are coming out of a marriage. I just have to say that. There is a shift when it comes to you've come as far as you can. If you've gone, been together for 20 years, 42 years, I just heard, I seen as well. It's like you've been doing something repetitively for the past 42 years. Maybe some of you are 42 years old, but I feel like you're being flexible here and you're getting yourself out of a cycle by choosing you. Same goes if you're in a career that you've been doing something for a long time, maybe in the healing profession, but you're taking an alternative approach. Now, there is the Star coming in, which talks about dreams. There is an understanding that is showing up within your third eye and crown chakra. There's a deep innate ability within you to trust, to understand, to heal, and to listen. When the Star shows up here, this is hope, guidance, positivity, and peace. It is Spirit saying your dreams are unfolding. You are adapting to a new way of being here with the Seven of Wands, because in the past, you felt pressure. You felt like things were coming in from all angles, right? And it's not that you're never going to feel pressure or things, are never going to show up or you're going to have to adapt to them. That's what we do in life. We adapt to the weather changes, the seasons. We adapt to, incoming energies, outgoing energies, love and loss and pain and gain. We're constantly adapting. But what I'm feeling from this adaptation here with the Seven of Wands is, instead of feeling defenseless, instead of feeling like this is the only option, right? You're coming out of the cold and you have grown this winter coat. You can see that this fox here, this white fox, he has blended in with his environment for so long that he is starting to head into summertime, and he's still acclimated to the conditions of winter. So what I see here is you're softening. There's something here about, coming into warmer days, warmer times. It's about, maybe you feel a little bit rough around the edges, but you're warming up to some sort of new beginning, and it's going to feel very good. You have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is the card of satisfaction. She creates a life that she loves. And when the Seven of Wands is here, this is about you standing up for yourself, defending yourself, being brave, protecting your integrity, going the distance, and living life on your terms. And for some of you, if you've been living in this cold, barren, Some of you, I am getting something with cold. Maybe you live in Alaska. Maybe you live in Canada. Maybe you live in the Midwest like I do, and we have really cold winters and you're moving to someplace warmer. But there is a sense of creating now a life that you love and reaching this level of satisfaction in the material world. Okay, even if you have to do that by yourself, right? In some way, shape, or form. Some of you are single parents. Some of you have children leaving the nest. For others of you, you've hit a peak or you're about to hit a peak in your career, and you could even be getting ready for retirement. The Nine of Pentacles is one of my personal favorite minor arcanas because it means that there's a level of self-sufficiency, security, safety, and wealth that you've acquired that you can trust, that you've built this for yourself, right? That you have this understanding that you're going to be taken care of, that you are protected here, and you're feeling satisfied. It's not just a feeling of content, right? Because we can be content in a comfort zone that doesn't feel very good. This is a feeling of satisfaction. And if you can't get no satisfaction, right, you're changing things. You're making a choice to alter your destiny so you can get to that place here of manifesting dreams and wishes. Wow. All right. Let's take a look and get some final messages for you, Capricorn. For those of you interested in any of the decks used in your reading, you can find all that information in the description box below the video. All right. You may want to write these down. I love these little quotes. Some of them are all of them are very powerful. It says, in seeking happiness for others, you will find it in yourself. That's that Queen of Cups energy wrapped up in one. You know, you do take care of others. You nurture yourself because that fills your cup, right? Whatever you do in your professional life, in your personal life, you want to help others, but be sure that it's not at the expense of your own health. Okay, that's a message here. You have within you right now everything you need to deal with whatever the world can throw at you. Yes, you do. You have everything you need. Just like the magician has everything they need, all of the tools, all of the resources to deal with whatever this is, right? Your soul has the ability here to replenish, rejuvenate, and as I always say, the comeback can be stronger than the setback, right? Absolutely. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I feel like you are moving towards your dreams, even if it's felt like it's been baby steps, even though some of you may have taken a little bit of a left turn. It's still part of your path. Okay, I'm getting a movie here. Maybe it's because of the baby steps. Oh gosh, I haven't seen this movie in forever. What About Bob? Okay, What About Bob? It's a Bill Murray. I think it's Bill Murray movie. Maybe some of you just watched that, or it's going to bring back some memories. Take it as it resonates. And lastly here, we have a little progress each day adds up to big results. Yes, maybe that's why What About Bob, right? So in that movie, I mean, again, I haven't seen it for decades, but it requires patience, right? Patience is key. That's the biggest thing that's standing out because life distracts us. There's a doctor that goes on vacation with his family and one of his clients come to his home, and it requires patience and maybe an alternative plan and how we deal with things, how we respond to things. Mental health could be a factor as well as adventures and bondings and friendships, things of that nature, and taking baby steps, right? A little progress each day adds up to big results. So there is big results here showing up. I see that even though you may feel like you're between worlds, right behind this card is exchanging gifts. There is a gift here for you. You are the gift. A lot of you are embracing your spiritual gifts. And there's also a gift from the universe. That is what I have for you. It looks to be a very powerful Q3 for you, Capricorn. Allow this energy to embrace you, right? I feel like you don't have to seek. There's something here about seeking or constantly taking action here. Something is coming to you, and it's going to help you make a big choice that does alter your destiny. And your patience is paying off. Your hard work is paying off. You're going to get back to basics here, whatever that may mean for you, and you're going to hit this dream. That is what I have for you, Capricorn. If it resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. Lots of love.